Fabio, 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 Fabio. Welcome to the Liquid Funk Show. The mighty sounds of Fabio. Fabio, Fabio, Fabio Radio 1. Fabio Radio 1. Fabio, Fabio.
Stop. Hold. Welcome to the Liquid Funk Show. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1.
Yeah. Does feel quite weird saying not having Tim Westwood on before me. Quite strange not saying my usual guff about Tim. Big shout going out to Fergie, who's done a little fill-in for us last week down at Glastonbury. After some shabby security didn't want to let us in there. It could all have gone Pete Tom. Right, it's all sweet and tidy in the end. Neat and tidy. So many thanks to Fergie. Catch him every week between the hours of 11 and 1. New rejigged Friday night. Westwood, of course, 9 to 11. 11 to 1, Fergie. Me and the Rider, 1 till 3, baby. Right, we have got a power pack show tonight. Real heavy stuff going on. We've got the Mighty Five Rollers from Brazil. All the way from the new home of the World Cup, or the spiritual home of the World Cup, as we've heard a million times this week. And I don't really know if you remember rightly, if you kind of flick your mind back a little while, and I predicted Brazil was going to win the World Cup. Don't know if you remember that, but I did, okay? So we're going to be talking a bit more about the World Cup later. And the Mighty Five Rollers are from Brazil, so that's going to be wicked. We've got a special guest in tonight as well. We've got LTJ Bukem. He's going to be in about an hour's time. Mighty LTJ Bukem. He's going to be in the house. We've got lots of bits and pieces, some brilliant new music, some excellent stuff. Man, it's real depressing about the weather at the moment. Real depressing out there, you know. You know that waking up, cloudy skies, and you think, well, it's kind of mid-July, almost. What the hell's going on? Gonna be giving you a baby update later as well. If you want to hear it or not, I really don't give a toss. My little baby update is going to be running, because I know a few people are longing to hear what is going on. In Cassia world, alright, so it's all good. Got a few emails. Big tune around town. Got a few Latin things up in the piece tonight as well. So I've got to really try and play a lot of music. We've got an interview to get on with later, and there's so much tune. So here we go.
cambiarse. en la casa.
Tune. It's called a Mexican, but it could have been called Brazilian as well, couldn't it? Really, it's more of a Brazilian thing than a Mexican thing. Danny C on Portica Records, about to be released. That tune is big. Big tune. And let's not hate with Brazil, because they deserve to win it. I've heard all sorts of people talking about the World Cup was rubbish and this and that. You know what? Italy and Spain played rubbish. Whether they got cheated a little bit or not, they played rubbish. And they did not deserve to win anything. And it was great to see the great Ronaldo. A great player who's still vastly underrated. I mean, the guy went to the World Cup 80% fit, scored 8 goals. That is saying something. It was a pleasure watching Brazil, a total pleasure. Big shout going out to Marky, Peshay. We got our Brazilian Mighty 5 rollers in keeping with the whole Brazilian flavour. We got that coming up a bit later. We got the mighty LTJ Bukem in the house. We're going to be rapping with the Bukem. See what he's been up to. Big shout to everyone who attended Glastonbury last week. Let me tell you something about Glastonbury. It is a proper festival. Because I'm getting a bit pissed off with all the shabby festivals at the moment. I've been talking about this for a little while. And Gatecrasher, I'll tell you what, you've got to listen to my show for predictions. Now, I did say the Valve sound system was going over there, and I don't know why that big sound system was going over there. And alas, it nearly went off over there. The sound people were acting so disgraceful over there, it wasn't even funny. So in the end, we had to sabotage the set and turn it up ourselves. But, I don't see the point having one of the best sound systems in the world, and environmental health was all over that sound system. And, let's get it straight. It's only the drum and bass tent that this goes on in. So, there's a lot of conspiracy talk going on. People talk about conspiracy in Korea. We're talking about conspiracies in the festivals all over the land at the moment. Because I'm not being funny, you're playing the little drum and bass thing, you hear the house tent booming out. And I'm not having it no more, basically. I don't care, because all the magazines are all kind of, oh yeah, this festival was this and that, and it weren't. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Let's get on with it. It's all about the flavours tonight, baby. Check this out.
Fabio on Radio 1. Let it roll, Fabio. Yes, let it roll, Fabio. Show. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1.
Little Man. Big tune. Love that tune. Still unable to tell you who that's by, of course, because it's a naughty bootleg. Big shout going out to all the dogs. Came down Swerve on Wednesday. Big shout to DJ Lee. Rolling, 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 as per usual. Big shout going out to Ron, to Marlon, GQ, also to Oshi, you know that. Also big shout going out to Max Carter. Big shout going out to Storm, also Joe and Zara. Also to Brillo. Remember, we've got LTJ Bukem coming along in about half an hour's time. We've got the Mighty Five Rollers. This week from South America with a guy called Chico. Not a kind of stereotypical name, that. Six of the best gig guide. Some heavy tunes, man. I don't know how much tunes I can play. I'll tell you what, I've really got... I can't talk about Big Brother that much because it was on earlier and I missed it. I always miss the Friday night ones because I'm busy kind of getting the show together and stuff. If you get my drift. Man, but Adele... do you know what I was actually thinking of going down to the house with some eggs to throw at Adele? I really was thinking about that. But I had other things to do, you know. But if I didn't have other things to do, I would be down there. With banners, everything, outside the Big Brother house. Forget Jade, Adele is the real bitch of that house. Man, she annoys me badly. And of course, baby update, little Cassia, she is doing... I'm sure she's telling me she loves me at the moment. I don't know. 4.5 months, I don't really know. But I'm sure I'm hearing that. Bubba's coming out now and she likes her... she's got some baby food things. Fruit compote, man. She's feeling that. Oh, she's lovely. She might be going to Dance Valley with me in Amsterdam. Because she loves drum and bass, man. Starts kicking her legs about and... I'm telling you, it's not even a joke. She's lovely. So big shout to Cassia, Sarah, the whole of the Sandy family. It's Fabio, this is how we do. Friday night, 1 till 3. Busting up the place, baby.
Fabio on Radio 1.
love that tune. Drum and bass ballad style, baby. You know what? I know a few of the dogs are looking for that track there to bring out, and I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. But that's the way it goes. Big shout going out to Marcus Intellects, Auto Sent Files, all the crew down there in Manchester. Big shout going out to the Goldie Angel. Man, he's darking off the place in EastEnders at the moment, man. Slugging it out. Also, a big shout to Peshay. Also to Fresh. Good to see Fresh down Swerve. He loves it, man, I tell ya. He's in it. Played a little Bukem thing. Fresh is dancing up in the place, and that's what I like to see. Big shout going out to Swift. Also to DJ Ron, all the guys that come down. Check out the vibe. Remember Swerve each and every week. Man, it's getting real heavy in there. Anyway, listen. We have got Mighty Five Rollers. Little Brazil theme going on tonight. Seeing as I kind of predicted the Brazilian World Cup victory. And the whole Brazilian drum and bass thing, it's all tying in quite neatly. So what we're going to do, we're going to have top 5 from Chico. Let's see what Chico says.
Stop, hold, inside the zone. Welcome to the Liquid Funk Show. Fabio on Radio 1. Five Mighty Rollers.
Hello, this is Chico from Brazil with the Brazilian Mighty Five Rollers. At number 5, High Contrast with the True Colors LP, Optical Records. Facts and Deep Power with Shake Your Body on Positiva.
I see you standing on the corner of the dance floor, and the way you look is so fine. But there's a problem, cause that isn't what you came for. You ain't gonna get away tonight. So I'm gonna be the one to step to you, get you in the mood to dance all night. Don't let suspicion, inhibitions get the better of you, cause you know the mood is right. Shake your body up, down.
Number 3, Peshay, You Got Me Burning on Cubik Records. Alpha at Run Records.
Right, running down the top 5 for you. Number 5, High Contrast, True Colours LP on Hospital Records. Number 4, Shy FX T-Power, Shake Your Body, Positiva. Number 3, Peshay, You Got Me Burning, and Cubik. We've got the Spacehopper, Bad Company, Ram Recordings. Number 2, Chico's going to come back. Oh, Chico. He's going to come back and tell us what's number 1 this week.
Mighty Rollers. Track Rewind. Track Rewind. Track Rewind. Track Rewind.
Chico, where you at, baby?
Five Mighty Rollers.
Hey, Chico.
Number 1, Airbrush and Optical.
There he is.
The Pacman remix on Virus. The Brazilian rollers were compiled by Stuff Records, Rhythm Records, Techno Records, B-Side Records, and Orbit Records, Sao Paulo. Cheers, Fabio.
sound of the 60-minute man, a track called All Right. Love that track to pieces. Love it, love it, love it. Big shout going out to Reese. Bad luck about David O'Leary, mate. Is that good news? Is it bad news? Who knows? It's good news, yeah? Alright. Also, big shout going out to Mike, to Lee, to Andy, all the crew. To Matt and all the guys who were hanging out down at Glastonbury last week, so to speak. Now, Glastonbury was wicked, man. And by all accounts, the CDs and tapes that people have been doing, it all sounds wicked. We got the mighty LTJ Bukem coming in very soon. No one said that, but traffic at this time of night, I don't know, he might have left his house a little bit late. But I've got so much music to play, it's all good. Until he gets here, you're in safe hands. Big shout going out to the mighty team Westwood. We all done a commercial for Radio 1 a couple of weeks ago, so all the big dogs were up in there. It was very funny. Very, very funny. So big shout to Tim and all these dogs. You know the deal, Tim. You know the deal. Also big shout going out to Trevor Nelson, to Pete Tong, to Lottie, to Yusuf, to Fergie, to Dave Pearce. And I think that ad's going to be shown next month or something. That's going to be funny. I got hustled off the decks by Westwood. Really unlikely, innit? Westwood and his cronies. You know what? In real life, that wouldn't really happen. We all know that. So if you see that, it wasn't real. It was all acting. Got 6 of the best. That's coming up soon. We've got a few of your emails. Man, it's all happening. 1 till 3, that's the time, baby. Check this.
Hey!
Sending a big shout going out to Zoo, social security crew. Names to watch for, no doubt. Yeah. Also a big shout going out to DJ Zing, to Hype, to everyone that went to Helter Skelter last week. The last time I went there, not being funny, it was a little bit happy hardcore-ish, a little bit Dougal and Swanee-ish over there, but this time I went over there, proper D&B things. And I haven't been to Helter Skelter for about 7 years, man, and it was heavy in there. So big shout to Dave and all them guys who've been going for a heck of a long time. Big shout to them guys. Also a big shout going out to Duffus, to H, to Frosty, to Brian G, also to Shabba, to Skibber, to Navi. Navi, you know how it go, man. That little more fire thing, that's cold. Also a big shout to Moose, to Fives. Also to Det, to GQ, to MC Rage. Had some new Groove Rider material that I left at home. I'm so annoyed about it. I do that every single show. Really annoyed about it. Little Jill Scott rerun. Yeah, nasty. Also a big shout going out to Inch. One, two, three, baby. Right, brand new, world exclusive business. And it's funny to hear daytime radio playing Marky's thing in it. It's quite weird. So big shout to all the guys down in I can't remember where the place is now. Friday, where did I go Friday 2 weeks ago? Big guy with beard, promoter, I can't remember. Derby, that's it, Derby. See, that's how you got to try and remember things. Big shout to everyone who attended, I can't remember the name of the club, I'm not going to go through that again. Back to all the crew down there in Derby. Also big shout to Simon Baseline Smith. Brand new, little Brazilian flavour. Going out to all the crews in Sao Paulo, in Rio de Janeiro, in Recife, in Curitiba. Feel this.
Someone to hold me tight, that would be very nice. Someone to look me right, that will be very nice. Someone to understand each little dream in me. Someone to take my hand, to be a team with me. So nice, life will be so nice. Before they are gone, someone who will take my hand, someone to life me.
Do you know what we're going to do? That's coming through one channel. We can't really have that. So, you know what? I'm not into that kind of shabby thing. So we're going to freestyle it. We're going to get Lee to hook it up. Yeah, we're going to get on this deck here. That's the way we do our things. We don't really care. Right, let's get it on this deck here. See what's going on. Right speed, lads. Yeah. Right, let's see what's going on. We can't have one channel thing going on. Right, let's see what's going on here. That's better. You see, that's the way you got to do things. A few gremlins in the work, we sorted it right out. Right, once again, some Brazilian flavours. Then that's all the Rio crew to Pachif, Porno King. You know you got that tag Porno King now. Well, don't know about Porno King. Maybe Porno Boy, maybe, I don't know. It's not really for me to say, is it? Also, big shout out to Justina, Karina and Shy. We're still waiting for Bukem. He's on his way. But you know what, Dan? If you get here too late, it's going to be curtains, you know? If you get here too late, mate, I'm going to have to crash it. So you better get here in the next 10 minutes.
Welcome to the Liquid Funk Show, Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1.
track from Sappo, all the way from Manchester. Big shout going out to Sappo. Also to Cy Smith and the rest of the guys down there. Anyway, listen, enough of all that, because late as usual. I thought I'd get him with that one, you know. Late as usual, it's Danny Bukem.
I've got a lot better, you know, Fabio.
No, that was a joke because it's me that's late. Come on, man, you're never late. When have you ever been late?
A
couple of times actually. Yeah, you have been late, but it's usually me, man. But how you doing, Danny?
Not so bad, man. A bit of a rough week, as I was talking to you earlier, man.
Yeah.
And I'd like to give a little respect, actually, to one of my best friends who actually passed away last night. Longers, he recorded some stuff for me over the years. And
you're joking? I didn't know it was...
Exactly, yeah. Sorry, you know Longers, don't you? Yeah. So, yeah.
That's that's deep, man, because I don't know, man, as you said earlier, over the years we've kind of lost a few faces, man.
Yeah, I was thinking that's like one a year for like last 4 years.
4 or 5 years, man. And it's and the worst thing, we're at the age where kind of things like that kind of start happening, but you're never ready for things like that.
Not at all.
And illness comes on real quick and wipes out some great people, man. That's really sad, Danny. That's really sad. So where have you been? Have you just come back from Australia?
Literally, sort of yesterday got back from a 2-week tour in Australia. Played about 6 gigs out there. It was like the best tour I've ever done in my whole life. I'm talking like 12 years of whatever.
Working and doing the thing.
Every gig was sold out. The people were like just up for it. We're talking like 1,200 over people.
Yeah, each venue.
Yeah. And it was just there's a massive thing going on at the moment in Australia, which I think we should all be a part of and help progress and help them out there to do it, because it's like, when you go to places and you might play a gig and then a week later there'll be no vibe or no scene there. That's it. You go or I go or Groove or Ronnie or someone will go over there and do a thing, and it's like a massive gig, and then 2 weeks later that's it. But Australia, they seem to like have their own thing going on there, and we seem to be sort of really on the fact that we've got to have our own clubs, producers, nights, different things, radio shows, little bars, and it's keeping the vibe so alive out there. And I can see some massive things going on in Australia.
Well, Groove goes a lot, and he's always told me that the scene out there is just incredible. I've never been, and that's due to a few little things. Me being shabby, man.
We all know you hate flying more than 1,000 miles.
Yeah, well, you know how it goes. It's got something to do with that. But one thing he always says is that the DJs out there are so good. Yep. They're so clued up, and they play fresh, and you cannot fool the people in Australia at all, because they're so kind of knowledgeable about the music.
That's it.
Did you find that as well? Yeah,
totally, 100%. I mean, they've. I mean, take Greg Packer, who I've known for like 10 years now, and
really, have you known him that long?
The first time I played Perth was '93.
Wow.
And that was with Greg, and that's when I first met him. And from that day onwards till now, he's been knocking out little bits and pieces, giving to me. I'm going, don't like him. The last 2 years, the guy's just come up trumps, man, with like a few tunes that you have to say, go on, mate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's so good to see. And that guy's over there, he's mixing unbelievably. Like, not being funny, he's smashing it over there playing. And it's unbelievable, man.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
So how much gigs did you do out there?
About 6, I think.
And what was you doing? Long sets? Was it like...
Oh, listen, I don't...
That's another good thing, man.
I don't deal with hour-and-a-half sets. I don't deal with like hour sets. I'm like 3-4 hour man when I can play as much as I can play.
Right, now you're talking about that. Because I'll tell you one thing people don't kind of understand about the whole progression sessions, the ethos behind it, and that's one of the things that you wanted to do. You know, a lot of people got the wrong idea about logical progression and thought you was alienating yourself, and maybe you was kind of like being kind of like thinking that you're above everyone. And
oh dear,
no,
definitely,
you know what I'm saying though. You know, and that's the ethos of logical progression. Maybe one of the main reasons is you can go out there and you can play 2-3 hour sets, which is especially important for the way you play music, because it's a building thing, and it's not like go out there and bash out 2 tunes and, you know what I mean, whatever happens. It's not like that with you know.
No, totally, man.
You know, it's a real building thing, and anyone who's ever heard you play know that you've got this unique style of building your set. And so like over an hour, you cannot do it in an hour.
Can't do it.
You know, and that's why like 2-3 hours is that everywhere you play it's like a 2-3 hour thing.
Yeah, normally it's like 2 hours and upwards. Definitely, yeah, it's something I like to do. I mean, people, people shouldn't get that kind of vibe about the sessions thing, because I think everyone's kind of concentrating on their own sound and try to take it somewhere, like even yourself, and we've all got our own kind of little
niches. Yeah, definitely.
We all connect, but I think we all need our home.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like you got your like Swerve, Speed
sure.
was when we did that thing together. The sessions the other night.
I can't remember that. Speed. What was that?
and the other day, like I played down Ronnie's club.
Oh right, yeah.
Which was, listen, man.
Level.
I'm like, and that just showed me like how now we're bringing kind of guests down, like progression sessions, because that is where we all started.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People over like the 10 years, people kind of put me against you.
Yeah,
put you against Goldie, him against him, him against, and it's like in the day, people. We were together before these people were even talking about it.
No, but that's another thing we're going to talk about in a minute, because we're going to play this track from the Visions album. What was the idea behind the whole Visions thing?
Visions is just like a drum and bass compilation of stuff not out on a label, I don't think. Hang on, let me just check. No, it's stuff not out. And just really kind of pushing the sound further forward. It's very similar to like a Logical Progression style album, that you have like just a collection of drum and bass tunes that are not out,
for sure,
in a compilation style. And Visions is like a continuation of that, just a different format, different name.
Excellent. And what was this track in the
This
background?
is Balance Point, I believe you're playing it.
Yep.
Is it by Nookie?
By
Nookster?
This is the Nookster.
By Jav Roy.
I see him on Wednesday as it goes, man. He's a good guy, Gavin, you know.
Yeah, I was supposed to, do you know what? I was supposed to come and, actually, but I've just got back and
Oh, right, yeah.
Just
No
got
doubt.
back,
I'll let you off. But we're going to talk about, because there's a new unity in drum and bass at the moment, and I think it's great that
absolutely
everyone's kind of feeding off each other and getting back together to that old kind of ethics that we grew up with. But we're going to talk more about that after this. Yeah, this is our Balance Point. This is Nookie. It's myself and the mighty LTJ in the house. You know that, innit, Danny?
only you say that, you know.
Oh yeah, and we've also got some questions for you from some of my listeners.
All right, I'm going now. Yeah. Normally, you see, normally I'm used to just people writing bad stuff on guest books and things. Do you know what I mean? Because they want to hide behind a guest book, an internet site.
No, we've got some wicked questions for you to answer. Right, so you're going to have to do that after this. Yeah.
All right, nice one.
That's a track called Balance Point from the excellent album Visions. And when's that coming out, Dan?
Yeah. No, I think it actually comes out, where we're now, July, August. I think it comes out next month, actually, yeah.
Oh, really, yeah?
Yeah, it's out next month, yeah.
So listen, we've got a lot of people from the net have sent in questions.
Right.
So we got inundated with our 2 emails, but...
Do the second one first.
No, we've actually got loads here. And the first question, it comes from Mr. Resident from North London. It's quite apt question. We was talking about this before, and it's got, what's the deal with people like Seba and DRS leaving a good-looking stable? Any trouble at the mill, or are creative differences to blame?
Right, second, the last point of that, creative differences, no, they're not, because when the label first started, yes, it was about what I would A&R and put on the label, because it's my vision, it's my label. So you're right, I'm going to decide what goes out on the label. But as we kind of started to sign artists and do different things, it's like, I can't be held responsible for what an artist makes. You make it, it's your tune. As soon as it goes out, no one's going to blame me now. Sort of in 1996 onwards, no one's going to go, no, Bukem, man, that was a rubbish tune. I'm like, well, come see him. Because, do you know what I mean? It absolutely had no effect on me at all after about 97, because I kind of started the label, it's done, people know what it's about. The different artists, if they make different tunes, that's they got to answer for that. Yeah. So, no, it wasn't creative differences. I mean, a lot of, if I'm honest with you, I couldn't tell you. Because it's like, take for instance the first artist that signed to our label. I mean, he comes to the label without a car, a studio, a house, had nothing. So my dream for everyone on the label was, I want to give you a car, a house, a studio, a life. The guy had a full-time job. You know what I mean? I can say, everyone can say, I can credit Good Looking with giving him that. And then the guy walks away from situation. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what can you say? I mean, you got a guy that used to do work for you, actually, Fabio, that actually recorded for us on Good Looking Records.
Yeah, right.
And that's now left. But when he come to me, he was earning like 5 pence like a year, and he had a meeting with me in the office about 2 years ago, and he goes, Dan, you know, I've had the best 5 years of my life. I went, well, I'm glad about that, because I haven't necessarily had the best 5 years of my life, but I'm glad that I enabled you to have that. And then we kind of built this artist, and then it was time to go live and do all the thing. We got him up to like a good, sensible sales of records, and we contacted Japan. Me and my partner Tony, business partner Tony, we got phone calls from Japan, Germany, America saying, yes, we want this artist. Me and Tony shook our hands. We're like, wow, it's actually been worth it. You've actually got an artist that wasn't doing that much, and now we've got to a point where people want to actually book this artist. For sure. So we're really ecstatic, excited. Go back to the artist. Yeah, let's go, man. He goes to the first gig, comes back and says, I'm frightened of flying. Exactly. So I have to let down a whole world of people that I've built up. I have to say bye to something that I've given. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you can't really, each artist has got their own story maybe, but I've long since stopped racking my brains as to why people do certain things. Otherwise I'd fry my head.
No, definitely.
I've got too many new people to get hold of, too many people that actually want to go and do something, want to be positive, and that's the way I see it. And then,
but do you find, like, with artists, so what is it then? Is it insecurity a lot of the time? Is it infiltration? Is it people getting in their heads and telling them things? Because, you know, I know running a label and holding on to artists is very difficult. Exactly. It's very difficult, especially when you've got an artist, you know, who's quite prolific, makes a lot of tracks. Maybe you can't bring out all the tracks. I just find the biggest problem a lot of the time is that they get exposed to certain things and start seeing things differently. The hunger maybe goes a little bit, and
it's like, you're right. It's like people see drum and bass tunes go in the charts, and then the next thing you know, you got kids ringing you up going, Bukem, man, why am I tuning the charts? and you're like, and not being funny.
No, I'm not
that mentality and not being funny and having to tune the charts doesn't necessarily mean success. It's still a very underground music that we all have to work like incredibly hard at to get it out there.
I mean, you can't even watch that. I mean, that whole chart thing, it's, you know, drum and bass is never going to be like Garage in its heyday, having kind of 10 tracks in the chart. Well, I hope it doesn't get like that anyway. And, you know, it does put pressure on artists when they see an act in the chart and they think, why isn't it me?
No,
which is a ridiculous thing to say, because I'll tell you what, Shy FX, the last thing he had in his mind when he made Shake Your Body was it going in the chart. He just done it for a little Saturday night thing that he can play, and that was it. And you know, the biggest success stories always come from little mistakes anyway.
That's right.
Once you start going down that road when you think, oh well, I want to make a hit, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah.
It says, do you think that Good Looking released too many compilations? And this is coming from Mr. Resident again.
No, I think that we haven't released enough. and I think that every other label out there, like including yourself, Creative Source, and everyone else, do you know what I mean? Not being funny, like people look up to your label and our label as something that needs to have material coming out on it constantly.
Yeah.
And I think that Good Looking hasn't put out enough. Do you think that we sell like over 100,000 copies of a release? No, we don't, man. We don't sell like nearly that amount. We don't sell half that amount. We don't sell a quarter of that amount. So please, man, do you know what I mean? Our music is not being heard in the places it should be heard.
Yeah, for real.
So I will continue to bring out as many compilations and different style things and different genres of music as I can, because I believe this music is good and I want it to be heard. And until it is heard by the people that I want it to be heard by, then no, I will continue to do as many compilations as I can.
And
and new projects.
That's true.
And artist albums and every kind of conceivable thing that I can.
Because I mean, you know, when we were kind of growing up, listening to, well, when we got into the whole house thing and labels like New Groove and Strictly Rhythm, they were bringing out a track a week.
Fab, you took the words out of my mouth.
It was such a big thing. You know, this love for these labels, and they're bringing out tracks.
Nervous.
And come on, man.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying, Danny?
Exactly.
And so that whole thing, that just blows that apart.
No,
totally.
exactly.
Now, I was reading an interview that you done, and you made a really interesting point about playing in say a lot of the Iron Curtain countries, Hungary and places like that, and the whole fact that you go and play there, you go and do one gig, you get kind of like 5,000 people in the place, and you get sales of like 5 tracks.
That's right.
That is something, that is a serious point. And I read that and I thought to myself, that is so true. The markets are not being keyed into.
That's right. And the whole reason for that, sorry to interrupt you there, right? But the whole reason for that is us, as labels, working out, organising ourselves with tours, releases, compilations, artists that we sign to the labels. It's us organising that so that we can create an ability to make sales of records. And like you say, man, you go Hungary, but who's like distributing in Hungary for us? Who's like organising a little gig? Who are we helping? What DJ are we helping out there, supplying with music to go and play on the radio station to make sure that the Hungarian people are constantly feeling Renegade, Ronnie Size, Creative Source, Good Looking. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, that's so true.
That's what's not happening.
That is so true.
And then you go back to the artist thing. It's like, then you set up a label like we all have done, because we feel we have, we can help certain artists and we can help the situation with the scene, and you get artists with the mentality of how I was talking about. So it's really down to us and ourselves. And not being funny, that certain artists, I won't mention any names because I can't, but certain artists have gone off to do not even a quarter of what they were doing with me. So please, explain that and explain really how we go forward as a scene and a bunch of people when people go and do that.
I know, it just causes divides, and it causes a lot of...
And why? We're stronger together.
Yeah.
As people, we are stronger together.
I mean, that the whole drum and bass thing, I mean, back in the day when we used to go cutting over a spot, we used to see Trace over there. We used to see everybody.
Me, you, Mickey, Groove, Trace.
Oh,
Jack,
man, those days, man.
Everyone was like 20 people in a room giving like a certain man, which I can't mention, a heart attack because you get in trouble for cutting the things in the first place. But,
you know what, as well? Nuff Man was bunning over there, used to go in... It was... You know, one time I see old Bill outside there, you know. I was like, what is this place? Top Buzz and all them guys.
Yeah, man.
Oh, those were the days, man.
And the session used to end, the dub cutting session used to end when the cleaners come in.
Yeah, for real.
Are you like, we better go now?
Yeah, but he used to make a lot of money out of it. But anyway. Anyway, listen, we've got a couple more tracks to play. We've got to play some more tracks. And this next track, or tell us about this.
This next track I picked because we were talking about music from abroad and across the world. This is Greg Packer, and something that I'm going to put out of his, one of like 4 tracks I'm going to put out of his. I'm so pleased to see Greg. I think he's got some stuff on Defunct as well.
Yeah.
And a few other labels. I am so pleased to see him getting his dues.
I didn't know he'd been going for so long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Greg was rolling out tight mixes back in '93 in Perth. I've got a tape to prove it.
Really?
From that same.
That's excellent to hear that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been getting a few things from him recently, and you can tell he's got a history in the way the samples he uses and the way he does his thing.
He just needs maybe a bit of guidance on certain things. So, do you know what I mean? Which we all do anyway. We all help each other on
just
tunes.
Little things like EQing and stuff like that maybe needs a bit of a top up sometime. But this is this coming out on Good Looking, yeah?
That's right. It's called Baby Love.
All right, wicked, man. It's LTJ Bukem. It's Fabio in the house. We haven't even got that much time, which is Bukem's fault, actually. But we're going to keep rolling until the end of the show because we've still got a lot to talk about. It's Fabio and LTJ Bukem on Radio 1. sound of Greg Packer. Track entitled Baby Love, forthcoming on Good Looking Records. That's a wicked track.
Really nice, yeah. It's got some nice energy and life about it, man.
Yeah. It's got the vibe, man.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, we're going to run through these emails real quick. Dave Weir from Belfast says your album Journey Inwards is possibly my favourite album ever. It has helped me through my A-levels, messy breakups, downtimes in the first half of my university career.
Wicked.
How does it make you, the creator, feel to hear that your work has been and is still one of the most important chunks of sound in my life?
Well, thanks, Dave. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that's the whole purpose that we all make and do what we do. It's like you go and play a DJ set. You can play out, and if that one person comes to me and says to you, you know what, you just done something to me inside me that lifted me or changed me or moved me in a certain way. That for me makes what I do worthwhile. And in the same way that I listen to so much music as well, modern and old music, like 70s stuff and that, it does exactly the same thing to me as what he's talking about, I've done to him. And for me, that just makes me realise what I'm done is worthwhile. Definitely, man.
Definitely, man.
So I'm honoured that he thinks that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's Dave
Respect.
from Belfast, and that's coming from the man himself. Right, this is from the Dark Stranger from North London.
Is that his name? The Dark Stranger.
Yeah, Mr. Stranger, and he wants to know: would you ever appear on Top of the Pops?
Of course I would, stranger. Hey, listen, man. Listen, I'll tell you what, right? If I hadn't got to change the format of my music, the way in which the music is made, everything else, long as someone was not telling me to put some daft vocal over it and cut it to 3.5 minutes so it goes on there, so it can be played on there, of course, man. You're telling me I wouldn't go in there and prance up and down the stage with music in the background? Come on, man. Of course I would, man.
It's easily done, isn't it?
And that also means that if I'm on Top of the Pops, then I've earned loads of wedge. If I've earned loads of wedge, then I can employ another 12 staff in my office and we can take what I'm trying to do a bit further. So, yeah, the answer is definitely 195% yes.
Wicked. Right, this one's coming from Lee from West Midlands, and he wants to know, I've got some of your early mixtapes around 91, 92 when you were playing hardcore as opposed to D&B sound you invented, in my opinion. Did you really play hardcore because your style changed radically around the time you released Demon's Theme?
Well, Demon's Theme was released in 91.
Yeah, so what are you talking about, mate?
Next. No, basically, I do understand what you're saying, because I won't be like that. I'll be more respectful than that.
You don't have to be, you know.
Okay, no, I am. I'm a man with respect, Fabs. You know that.
No doubt.
Right?
I'm not, but you know.
At the end of the day, right? In a day, Demon's Theme came out of a time when, like, if you listen to Demon's Theme really carefully, there's 4 tunes in one tune.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
Demon's Theme starts with a love string or whatever, a nice cosmic kind of vibe, goes into a hardcore vibe, comes out of it with like some frantic beats thing, ends with like a melodic kind of breakdown again. So it's like 4 tunes in one. And that was my feelings around that time. There was like a piece of everything in me when I play out a DJ set in those times, and I'd be constantly like looking out. I mean, you know, man, I'd be constantly like seeking out a little musical passage in a tune. Then I'd like go into a 4 hero, you go into the 4 hero mad. And most people's tunes in those days were 3 tunes in one.
Yeah, for sure.
People didn't really it was only until we kind of thought, hang on a minute, we could extend this kind of feeling and actually progress on that, develop on that, and make it into one whole tune, instead of having to keep people interested with changing the tune every like 74 bars or something. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it is.
You done that. I tell you what, that's what the difference. That's why Horizons, which, you know what, I played the last tune down at Swerve on Wednesday. And you know my copy's broken, you know.
I'm not even going to start.
It's all scratched up at the start and everything, man. And there's a brand new copy, you know, that someone gave to me about 2 months ago. It's already broken. I can't believe it. You better sort me out. But Horizons that's what was different about that tune. It was one of the first tune that sounded like a tune. Like,
you think so?
To me, that record, I personally think it's the best drum and bass tune ever made.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, I really do think that. I don't even think that there's too much tunes that have even come close to that. I really, really think that. And if you
flattering me, man.
No, but it's true. And everyone will tell you. I mean, when I played it, there was a big roar went up. All the people that know the tune, and even people that don't know the tune. It was kind of like, it was a really weird thing. It was just someone's birthday, and I had it in the box, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to play this. And as soon as they heard the first chord, everyone was like, whoa.
But you think about that tune does that to you in that way, right? But I have to as well thank your support and the people that have played that tune to make certain people feel a way about that tune, because I couldn't have just made that tune.
Yeah.
and put it out and have the effect maybe that it's had, that now I look back and realise it has. It's guys like yourself who absolutely went through about 10 dub plates of it.
Oh, man. Do you know how much copies of it I've had over the years? You don't even want to know. I had 3 plates running at the same time they were all smashed up. And Bukem always used to see anytime I used to put it on, I used to look around and see Bukem just shaking his head like, what the hell are you doing? But remember Quest in them days there, man?
Yeah,
man. Anyway, last few questions. You do a fair amount of travelling around the world, lucky git. Which country would you say has the most exciting scene outside the UK?
All of them. I do. I think that every country has got something to offer us.
Definitely.
As a group of people, drum and bass people kind of thing. It really has. It's just a matter of have you got the patience to go back there, take the bad times to get some good times. Because not being funny, it's like America. First went there like 7-8 years ago, played in Miami. The warehouse could hold 2,000. There were 10 people there.
Yeah.
There's a guy mixing Curtis Mayfield with Dennis Brown over a breakbeat. Right, and I'm like, man, I don't think I'll be coming back to America. Now I'll go over there, I'll do 25 states in a month.
Yeah,
and America's like unbelievable. We're talking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Australia's got that way now. Japan is just sick over in Japan when you go there. As you know, man.
Yeah.
Liquid Rooms must be, I don't know about you.
One of the best.
Exactly.
I love that venue, man.
And he started talking about going, like we've been like Macedonia recently, Hungary, or going Belgrade, Tuesday I'm going Belgrade.
Gru's going there on Monday. He might be...
Hold on. Same festival then,
Yeah. No, he's doing the same festival as you.
Blinding.
Yeah, he's going on Monday, man.
Yeah.
See, there you go,
Serbia
man.
and around there. Yeah. It's like, I mean, people really want to know about it. So we as labels, man, we really got to get it sorted out.
get it sorted out, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I can think of worse things to do.
It really got to get it sorted out so that this thing is going for another 10-20 years, because I know and believe it can, and will do, man, if we go back the right way and everyone stop acting like idiots and join together.
I think that's
and work
I think
as
that's
one
now.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's happening now. But Lee, how much time we got left?
Sorry?
What was that? Say that a bit louder, mate. Oh, I can't believe we've run out of time, man. All right, I'm going to ask one more question though, yeah? Do you listen to other D&B artists such as E1... Who? E1B? I've never heard of who's that?
Oh, yeah, E1B, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, sorry. I've never heard of him. Or Andy C, because the good-looking...
He's Obi-Wan Kenobi's brer. Go on, man.
But do you listen to a lot of other stuff?
Absolutely, man. I mean, people should realise that. I mean, I'm starting a house label now. I've got the first 12 done. I've got like 30 tracks on a house vibe that I'm going to start my own house thing. Cooking's going quite strong now with down-tempo thing.
Okay.
I just love music. Anyone that knows me knows I love music. I gave you a little tune the other day by Makoto.
Yeah, man.
It sounds like a 1970s, like Barry White instrumental almost. And
that is so authentic, that tune. It's unbelievable.
Totally. Go and buy that. Earth 6 is out now. but seriously, I've always liked just... I've always taken music as a vibe, not as a genre. Do you know what I mean? And I think we can learn to take music as a vibe, then you learn to accept there's things that can stimulate you and excite you from so many places you wouldn't even imagine would do so. And then once you do that, I think your mind opens up to
everything.
Which is why I've had to start other labels, because I love all this music so much. I mean, I'll be doing a reggae label next. I will be.
I'll tell you what, though, the great thing about, because we've really got to wrap this up, the great thing about the top 10, say DJs, top 15, you always find that whether it's Andy C, whether it's Groove Rider, whether it's yourself, whether it's Ronnie, music runs our lives. It's everything. It really does. Yeah. Everything that happens, it's kind of like around the music. And there's Groove is, you know how passionate he is about what he does, and you're so passionate, and I'm passionate, and there's this passion that keeps drum and bass alive. It really does. And maybe a lot of the new jacks haven't got that same depth of... They'll get it, but they haven't got it yet. I mean, we've been in this game for a long time now, Dan.
That's true, man.
And we're still here. We're in our 30s, me in my late 20s.
But no, you definitely get was going to say music from life from music.
Yeah,
if you like.
definitely.
You got to put it into the right kind of
It's a
perspective.
togetherness kind of thing, man.
Absolutely.
But listen, right now, we've got to wrap up because you can win copies of our visions online at bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. What's the competition going to be?
It's online.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's online. Oh, right. So you can go online and you can win yourself a copy of a Visions album, which is excellent. Got some excellent stuff. PFM, Nookie, all of them guys are on there. And quickly, Dan, what's your next release is going to be?
We have, like I said, Progression Sessions live from Liquid Rooms.
Okay,
which is out right now, I think. Then we've got Earth 6, which I believe is out next month. His Visions album's a month after. We've got Blame's album, which is coming out next month, I believe.
Okay.
And
the Makoto album,
which I will that probably next year for that,
because you know everyone's feeling them. Don't let me down, man. Heavy tune.
Oh yeah.
Bad tune, you know, Dan. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
But listen, Dan, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for coming down.
My pleasure, man. Always a pleasure with you, mate. Always.
Thank you so much. And last thing as well, what's your plans? Any kind of big plans? Any tours coming up? Anything like that you need to tell the people about?
Still doing the mad gigs and the mad touring, but no, apart from like residency, second Friday down the end, which is going really well.
Yeah, I heard it's going off in there, man.
Yeah.
So man, it's and them boys over there drawing out some tunes as well, you know.
No, it's wicked, man. And yourself, of course.
Yeah, and me, of course. But
when he comes,
when I turn up,
when it's not late,
when I don't want to play for 2 hours.
But no, I mean, plenty of things, man. Check the website, glo.uk.com.
Wicked, Danny. Listen, man, I hope it all pans out well for you in the next couple of months, and get some rest after Australia, man.
Yeah, mate.
You know, but definitely come back again before the end of the year.
Yeah.
When that Makoto album drops, man, come
and
back.
this tune, Electro Fusion by Greenfly.
Wicked. That's playing in the background. Greenfly, Electro Fusion. That's Danny Bukem, myself, Fabio. We're signing off, and until the next time, I'll be seeing you.
Peace.
Welcome to the Liquid Funk Show. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio on Radio
1. Coming up next, is it One Extra, Lee? Oh, One Extra, it's DJ Bailey. So it's drum and bass again for the next 2 or 3 hours. I'll be seeing you, no, not next week, the week after. Groove Rider here next week. So until the next time, see you later.